Hi, I'm posting this video on Monday, June 15th. It's hard to believe that the second to the last week of class begins today, and you are continuing to talk about or look at the issues of motivation, and I wanted to be sure to talk specifically with you about the PowerPoint that I've posted for you related to this module. I titled it, let me look at my notes to remember, Social Class, Aspiration and Attainment. Aspiration and attainment. You'll note that the first slide presents a quote from Professor Elizabeth Aries, a friend and colleague of mine, professor of psychology at Amherst College. I wanted to talk to you for a minute about that quote. She wrote, "Social class, like sex and race, is a pervasive force shaping the lives of adolescents. And while individuals may not be aware of their social class early in life, class introduces objective, structural constraints into people's lives that they will come to understand and have to cope with in the process of coming of age." So the core question now in terms of motivation is, how does that objective, structural constraint that is made and bound by class inform and influence learning and impact motivation? Move on to the next slide in the PowerPoint, and there's some quotes from psychologist Jay McLeod. I noted first the Horatio Alger and Andrew Carnegie stories, kind of the myths of the American life, that anybody who works hard can be a great success. And we'd have to argue, certainly McLeod and Aries would argue, that those are myths, because in fact social class does not change very much at all from one generation to the next. So the hopes to improve can bear fruit, but they will not typically happen for learners. So if we have a promise which we make to all kids in the United States, that if they go to school and work hard, they will be able to realize success and change their status, are we presenting a false promise? And if in fact it is a false promise, what are we going to do as educators to change that equation and make the promise much more of a possibility? Because in fact, as I said on the slides for McLeod, when youth realize that they do not achieve status and power from improved academic performance, the performance itself loses its meaning. Such is the case for many working class youth. Our job is to figure out how to make that situation better and look at it in terms of motivation. Have fun with all of this. I also wanted to remind you that we have lots of deadlines, of course, in the next 2 weeks. The 16th is the deadline for the third reading response. Later this week on the 18th, your fourth discussion prompt. I want to specifically urge you to look at the assignment for the position paper, which is due on the 23rd. It is, after all, the most substantial paper that you are going to submit for the course. It is the opportunity for you to really dig deeply into an issue that really, really interests you and has hopefully a significant impact for your own professional development. If you have any questions about that assignment, please feel free to contact me at any time. Each day I keep posting more and more and more content under 21st Century Issues. The last content folder in the content, under the content link on the website. So there's lots there and lots of other possibilities for you to consider and link for your paper. The final paper or assignment is the fifth discussion prompt due on the 25th. Lots to do, so much to do, so little time. Thank you for your participation, and I look forward to reading more from you in the days to come.